Hey, all you West Coast fans, how's it going? Welcome to California Speedway, where round number 3 is going to take place here for the Speed Racing Series presented by Middle Road Energy. It's a gorgeous and sunny day for racing here on this 2-mile oval in Fontana, California. And we're coming off of a good one in Phoenix, where Derek Hamill scored his first career win for Starcom Enterprises, making it back-to-back rookie winners to start the season following Winston Wilson's victory at Daytona. Also, Lukas Kitano holds the points lead after scoring 2 straight top 5s. And now we arrive here, where speed is key, along with having a good rhythm. You got to find that perfect balance between both to have the best day possible. We'll see who can do it the best throughout these 100 laps. Here comes the start of round number 3. Let's get to it. Just a couple turns away before we get to go racing. Have a look at the driver of car 94 on the pole for today, Jesse Turner. First career pole for Turner, as well as the Lake Effect team. So a special pat on the back to those boys for tuning that car up right in qualifying. They'll get to start on the front row with Zachary Fitzwater as you see that scenic shot of those mountains in the background. What a fantastic area this track is in, just a short drive away from LA. As there's that wide front straightaway that you see. These guys will be all over it all day long. But what do you say we get these California fans on their feet? Across the line they go as the third race of the season is underway here in CA. Lap number 1 done here at California Speedway. Turner is going to keep the lead over the 7 of Fitzwater as you see the field start to go multiple rows wide down into turn 1. In the meantime, Fitzwater wants to steal the lead away from Turner as they get out of 2. Check out these guys. 4, almost 5 wide down the back straightaway. Herjel Alonso and Christian Vargas, they make contact with each other down the back stretch. They're leaning on each other tight going into turn 3. Wow, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I applaud these guys a lot for being able to keep control and not make a mistake and cause a wreck between each other. Turner leads a second straight lap. The 7 still giving chase. Here comes Turner's teammate, Louis Dubois, in the 92 car, trying to steal a podium position away from James Ellison in that 61. And Dubois is going to do it. How about him? Achieving his best ever qualifying effort. Lake Effect 1 and 3 right now, as Fitzwater is the meat in that sandwich between those two teammates. The 92 has a little bit of a run. He's going to intimidate Fitzwater up into the high group for second place, as he's going to look to join his boss man out in the front of the field. Allison's going to go with the 92. Meanwhile, for 5th place, Griffin Lapo McDermott and Luke Martin battling it out right there, with Shade Eves, RJ Bishop, and Lukas Kitano, the points leader in that 18. Doing real good is Kitano, getting back-to-back top 5s to open up the season, and he's got a sizable lead on top of the point standings. And then he got Mac Johnson in 10th in that 88 car, trying to hold off Kyle Rigger, Zachary DeLello, and Winston Wilson, the Daytona winner, for that spot. Meanwhile, Dubois and Fitzwater still having a contest for second place. Fitzwater wants to be certain that these Lake Effect boys don't hold the lead for too long. But check out the 92 pushing the 94 by. Look at that teamwork that those Lake Effect Fords are doing over the 7, and it's going to work. Now it looks like Dubois wants to make a bid for the lead himself on Turner. Down into the 3, he's got to run as the teammates pull up next to each other door to door, doing their best to maintain their stranglehold over this field. In the early going here at California, Turner's going to beat Dubois back to the line. Meanwhile, Martin and Fitzwater are wondering who's going to prevail over the other one, because they want to get a taste of the lead as well. They don't want the teammates to hold that for too long. You see the 94 using that high line to his advantage. He's going to eke out of the head of the 92 that time on the back straightaway. Martin's going to follow him through in the 54. The man who won this race last season. It'll now be a full year since Martin has last went to victory lane in the series. So I'm sure he's going to want to put that drought to an end today. Martin wants to get back to the winner's circle. Going way back here is where you find Charles Sanford, the lone California native, in the field in that 16 car. He won the first race we had here in Season 2, but it looks like he's gone off to a sluggish start here this afternoon. He's fallen down to 28th, as you see, running ahead of Angelo Delvecchio, his teammate. And you got his team cars of S3 Motorsports, Jacob Beholtz, Saber Fox, Zayden Davidson, and Daniel Voiles, all three of the S3 cars in the vicinity. As you see, Sanford leads that pack along a considerable distance behind 27th place DJ Curtis. Although we are still 12 laps young into this race, Sanford and these guys back here, they have plenty of time to adjust their cars and get their way forward again, but this is where they are for the time being. Back up here to the leaders. Here comes the 92 again with a big run underneath the 94 down the front straightaway. Heading down into turn number 1, 200 miles per hour. Heading down into that corner. That is amazing. I got to tell you, people, if you crave speed, this is definitely a track for you. Great amount of speed that we're seeing by these leaders here today. Dubois not quite clear the 94 yet, but I think going into turn 3, he's got the lead now. Dubois stealing the lead for the first time this afternoon. Well, not if Fitzwater can say anything about it right there. But the 92 is going to have the momentum to beat him to the line. And this is exactly the kind of medicine that Louis Dubois needs right here. A P41 and a P40 to open up the season. And now check him out, showing the way here in his very first visit to the Speedway. Uh-oh, looks like Scott Roush has a problem on that 50 car. He pulls onto the apron going through turn 2. Being told that it's a tire going down on that 50 car. And that's crushing for him. He was running in 14th place when it happened. Thankfully, everyone's going to get by, but I do not see any way he makes it back to pit road, and he won't. He stops on the back straightaway, and the pace car comes out. Caution comes out for the first time today on lap 17, as Dubois will take the yellow flag as your leader. And just like I called it, this does bring everyone down to pit road here on lap 18. The drivers get to breathe for a little bit while the pit crews go right to work. Looks like 4 tires and fuel for most cars right here. There's the 92 who was leading going into the pits. Here comes Turner and Fitzwater out of their boxes, but the 92 will stay P1. And just like Dubois turning up the wick on the racetrack, his pit crew definitely turned up the wick right there on pit road. Well, the first 20 laps of this race has been the Lake Effect show. Turner and Dubois have split the lead the entire time thus far. You also see their teammate Austin Rogers peeking his face in here right outside the top 10. Meanwhile, Scott Roush in the 50, there he is. He is back on the track, but he is a lap down. He'll look to get it back soon. But the teammates have full control of the front row. What can they do with it? As we're racing again on lap 21, Turner gets the jump ahead. That 94 getting right back to where he once was, where he's most comfortable, showing the way of this whole pack. You see most of these drivers, 3, possibly 4 wide, getting at the end of the back straightaway. Turner, Dubois, Lapel, McDermott, Fitzwater, and Martin, the top 5. Look at Vargas and Kitano way on the outside line right there. The points leader, trapped in an area where he doesn't want to be trapped and stuck on the outside of multiple cars below him. You got his teammate Cody Lamas right there. There's last week's winner Derek Hamill in the 99 car, as Matthew Hubert in the 12 car gets a little bit antsy and nearly slides up into the 99. But there is Hamill capturing that big victory like I mentioned a week ago at Phoenix for the Starcom team. They're definitely riding on the highs of that win very much. Hamill trying to contend in the top 20 here. Joe Alonso getting pushed up way to the outside in car 27. You also got Shade Eves way down here. Lane Sanders, Aiden Smith, Kyle Riggers, Aiden Davidson. These restarts are the prime opportunity to steal or lose positions. But that 94 Turner definitely has not lost one. Now here comes Cody Lamas in the 48. He's going to make a bonsai move down into turn number 1. That's risky. All right on the left rear of James Ellison's car right there. But they're all able to make it work somehow. Phenomenal to see all this action, even several laps after this restart. Back up to the lead, though. GLM diving his number 90 car underneath Turner's 94. Both the New Yorkers showing up here to the West Coast and trying to show the field what's up here. But now a new player up here in the top 5, Logan Cloud for the Martin Lamas team. You got 3 of them within the camera shot right there. Martin in the 54, Cloud in the 20, DJ Curtis in the 19. They're here to play as well. And look at this. Looks like they're going to put Turner in the sucker hole right there in the middle. Lepo McDermott and RJ Bishop are going to blow on by him right there. And midway down the back straightaway, I think you can give the advantage to the 98 going into turn 3. And there goes Bishop in that Reese's Dodge to zoom up into the point here at California over Lepo McDermott. Check out that move by Bishop and Lepo McDermott to put the 94 in the middle. And Turner loses the lead once again, losing a lot of momentum in the process. Another bonsai move by the 48. This is madness by him right here. And he almost slides up into his teammate, Lukas Kitano. Crazy racing just past the quarter point here at this speedway. And here comes the 90 to steal the lead away from the 98. This is intense stuff, ladies and gentlemen. You think they'd be racing with 2 to go this way. But we're far from that. Still a lot of action left to come your way. And to the line, a dead heat between the 90 and the 98. The 98 is going to lead that lap right there. I want to go back here for just a minute and shine a light on a new driver and a new team that's making their debuts this afternoon. Here's Alex Daniels from Pennsylvania driving the number 5 car right here for Fallout Racing. Yes, this is a brand new team that was just created by Alexander Rowe. They initially tried to qualify for the round at Phoenix. They didn't make it there, but Daniels was able to put the car in the field today as he's riding around comfortably in 36th position right now, and he actually just clicked off his fastest lap record of the race right there. But Daniels and Rowe will be splitting this car for the rest of the season. Whenever Rowe is driving the 84 for Volunteer Motorsports, Daniels will be in the 5. Daniels made a couple phenom starts last season, earning a top 10 at Talladega. He'll continue to compete in that series as well as chase this part-time opportunity in SRS. So both to Daniels and Fallout Racing, welcome aboard. Oh, in contact, DJ Curtis is loose. Hang on to it, and he does. What a great save by the 19 of Curtis after receiving contact from the 81 of Vargas, but that's going to slow the 2 of them down tremendously. And look at everybody storming up behind him, and look at them all funneled down into turn number 1. Come on, guys, drive smart. We can't cause an accident right here. And oh, the 46 is loose, and up into the wall goes Curtis. Fox is in it, Rigger is in it, and Wilson too. Lots of damage on all those race cars, and that's going to cause the yellow flag to come back out again on lap 32. And leading him off of 4 and 2, the line is going to be Turner over Bishop. And the 94 will lead us back to our second caution of the day at California. Oh, look at all the damage to your Daytona winner, Winston Wilson. Oh, has he gotten into the rear bumper of the 46 right there? Saber Fox, she was an innocent bystander. Same thing with DJ Curtis, too. He definitely didn't need that. And his bummer start to the season is going to continue in that 19 car. And the 2-car Rigger was also caught up in it. So this is all going to begin with Vargas getting into the 19 of Curtis. And watch it how sideways he gets. Man, and that was a magnificent save right there. But as you know, going down into turn number 1, it's going to be all for naught. But as the 81 and the 19 are slowing down, look at how it creates this bottleneck of race cars going down into turn number 1. Here's Fox. She was the first car to go around. And it looks like it's the 5 of Daniels who pushes up into the 46. And up into those 3 cars she goes. All receiving contact with the wall as well as each other. Here's a second angle of this incident. But you can just see all these cars diving down into the corner at the same time. Just wasn't going to work. And with the 5's inexperience, he goes into the corner too deep, slides up into the 46, and off they go. It doesn't look like it's going to be day-ending damage for those 4 cars, but it's definitely going to hurt their cars aerodynamically going forward, and they'll just have to limp home the rest of this way. Oh, and would you have a look at this? RJ Bishop's engine has gone away on the 98 car. He was about to take this restart on the outside of the front row, But as you can see, that's all going to be thrown out the window 35 laps into this race. We saw Scott Roush from the Rambler team have a tire problem earlier, but I'm afraid this issue on the 98 is a lot more detrimental. Oh, and as you see, the 85 of Major Robinson, he's also pitting with an issue. But there is Bishop, disappointingly pulling that 98 into his pit box, and he will retire that car from the event. Bishop is the first one out. Well, I definitely didn't expect that twist to happen. Bishop is now out of it. Turner's still the leader, but that just means everyone else is going to move up one more position. Scott Roush is back on the lead lap in the 50, but that means Joseph Strigley is now on the outside of the front row alongside Turner, followed by Cloud, Lepo, McDermott, and Kitano the top 5. We are racing once again on lap 37, but Turner does not get going. Strigley will get ahead. Well, that's one way to steal the lead if I've ever seen one. Turner was just snoozing on that restart, and Strigley in that 11 was the one to capitalize on it. And we haven't mentioned his name hardly at all earlier in the going, but now Strigley, he's got about a 3 or 4 car length gap on the 90 of Lepo McDermott. It'll be 2 straight laps led for the Canadian. Logan Cloud in the 20. New colors for him for this race in that Green Mountain Dew ride. He'll try and shoot for P2 now. Again, these Martin Lamas cars, we got a good amount of them up here in the top 10. You got Kitano, who's making a charge. You got the 54 Martin right there. And here's Charles Sanford, who we saw running outside of the top 20 for a good part of this race. He's now looking for a top 10 position underneath Freeze and Ellison. What it would mean for him to collect a win here on home soil, that would make it 2 out of 3 if that were to happen for him. You also got Cody Lamas, another one of the Martin Lamas cars right up here. Matter of fact, 3, 4, and 5 is where you find the 20, the 18, and the 48. Oh, as you see, the 94 get put right in the middle, which is not where he wants to be. And there you see the 43 of Austin Rogers. He's also surged up here to join his teammate, Jesse Turner. But it looks like Lake Effect's early dominance has appeared to have gone away. Turner definitely did not get a good restart, and now it appears he's paying the price for it, making sure he doesn't lose too many spots. One driver who was up front earlier but has since drifted back a little bit is Louis Dubois in the 92. Both him and Turner were racking up the laps led for Lake Effect earlier in the day, but now Dubois is just stuck here in the middle of the pack, running outside the top 20. Crossing the line at 23rd that time by. Fortunately for him, he should have plenty of time left to recover. Oh, as the 27's going to put the 81 into the wall. Christian Vargas into the outside wall with contact with Hergel Alonso. And the right side of that Ford Fusion is heavily scraped up. And you can see all the speed that he's lost and the positions that he's losing with contact by the 27. And ironically enough, he's right in front of a guy who he almost spun out himself, DJ Curtis. Curtis is like, well, I guess karma's come back around to bite you, hasn't it? And now the 81's day is going to be a little bit more hurt now. Anyway, the race continues on. Joseph Strigley is feeling the heat by 2 of the Martin Lamas teammates for this race lead. Kitano and Cloud on the attack. Kitano on the low side, Cloud on the outside behind the 11 car. Although Kitano's going to try and do his best to power on by the 11 on the inside. We'll see if the 20 can assist the 18 possibly, and yes, he's going to. That's what a good teammate should do. We saw the good amount of teamwork that the Lake Effect boys were doing, and now the 18 and the 20 for the Martin Lamas team, they're doing the same. And it is going to help the points leader take over the lead at California. Kitano, I believe, will get his first lap led on the afternoon. Kitano works his way off of turn number 4. We're about to put lap 50 on the board here at California, and he's got a lot of challengers behind him for the lead. Freeze in the 21 on the bottom. Cloud in the 20 up top. Strigley in the middle, and Lamas way down low again in that 48 car. And look at this. The 21 is actually going to nose ahead of the 18, but I think the 18 will have enough momentum off of turn number 2. Yes, he will, to stay in front. Goodness me, Cody Lamas, that's like the third or fourth time we've seen him do a bonsai-style move going down into turn number 1. I mean, hey, if his car's handling good and he's feeling confident, why not give it a shot, I guess? But this time by will be the halfway point here in this race. Kitano still is the leader. We'll go a little bit back into the top 10 and top 15 right here. There's Freeze in second, the runner-up at Phoenix. You know, he definitely wants to avenge that today. You got Cody Lamas, Joseph Srigley, and Zayden Davidson on 35 up here. This is the highest we've seen him all day. Nice for him to show his face up in the top 10. Jesse Turner, the pole sitter right here. There's James Ellison, Griffin Lapo McDermott, Charles Sanford, and Zachary DeLello rounding out the top 10. Then you got Aiden Smith, Jacob Puholtz for S3, Luke Martin, Zachary Fitzwater, Austin Rogers showing some strength for Lake Effect. Good to see him up in the top 15. Then you got Nick Breeding, Mac Johnson, and Louis Dubois and Matthew Huber completing the top 20. And then your winner from Phoenix, Derek Hamill, Major Robinson, Shade Eves, and Cody Goforth here in this lead pack, which will be 24 cars deep. That is the size of the lead pack. And check this out. We got a new leader. It's the 21 of Freeze. He was able to get by Kitano while we were going through the pack right there. But that's great for Freeze to be able to march his way all the way up here. And I believe this will be his first lap led on the day as well. Now here comes Christian Vargas. He's signaling his way to pit road in that 81 machine. And he's likely going to bring it to the attention of his crew to fix that right side damage. And he's going to give up a 34th place position right there. He wasn't running too hot after that contact. He's likely going to lose a lap from this, but maybe his crew can work quick enough to make sure he doesn't lose more. Oh, and we got another car blowing up. This time it's Daniel Voiles who's smoking heavily down the back straightaway. Wow, and this is another punch in the gut for S3 Motorsports. That's the second one of their cars that's had a problem today. Voiles was running P32 at the time, and what a rough first 3 races to his SRS career. He crashed out of his debut at Daytona. He ran okay at Phoenix, but now looks like he's going to join RJ Bishop in the garage for this one. Voiles, this is the second car out of this race. Anyway, back up here, ain't much changed up front. Srigley still shows the way over Cloud, Freeze, Turner, and Davidson. It took a little bit longer for Srigley to get up in this position. He qualified way down in 30th, but now he's steadily worked his way up here to the lead. And I think we do have green flag pit stop starting. Sanford chooses to pit right here, along with Smith and Eves on lap 63. Anybody else going to care to join them? Yes, Sean Art as well. So I think in just a few laps or so, I think more people might be coming in. How about this time around? I think the 11 is signaling his way to pit road, and yes, he is. Joseph Srigley will surrender the lead to pit right here on lap 64. Ellison joins him, his teammate. You also got Jacob Puholtz, Matthew Hubert. There's Scott Roush and also Angelo DeVecchio in car 66. And now that will put the 21 of Freeze back to the top spot. We'll have to see what he chooses to do here on lap 65. He'll stay on the track. Turner stays out, but a whole lot more come in. Cloud, Davidson, DeLello, Lapo McDermott, Fitzwater, and a whole host of others behind him. Meanwhile, the top 5 are all running together right there, still being led by the 21. And their choice right here, Freeze is going to pit right here. Turner, along with Kitano and Martin, but the 85 of Robinson stays on the track. So he's going to get a lap led or so. Dubois also comes in, Derek Hamill. And I believe that was most of the lead lap cars. Herjo Alonso also pits right there. And there are all the other contenders that have since come back onto the track as the 47 is now blown up. Shade Eves, he's got big-time problems underneath that car right there. Second engine failure in just a matter of laps here at California, and this one happens right as green flag pit stops are going on. That's too bad for Shade Eves. He had a good amount of speed earlier today. He lost his engine at Daytona. He bounced back with a top 10 at Phoenix, but now his second engine failure in 3 races, and that is just going to crush that 47 team and really stall out his momentum in the point standings. But as Eves pulls in, here come the other cars back onto the track. So we are already on lap 70, working on lap 71, and Robinson goes by pit road yet again. However, keep in mind, he did pit Under that last caution we had at lap 32, and ironically enough, it's the 4 other cars that were involved in that crash that are staying on the track with the 85. Trying to find Kyle Rigger in second. There he is, 9 seconds behind. Third place, all the way back here, 20 seconds. There's Wilson in the 80, Curtis in the 19, and also Fox in the 46. It is those 5 cars on the lead lap. So they can go a little bit farther on fuel if they need to. And the rest of the field better hope vigorously that a yellow flag does not come out, because that would trap so many cars a lap down. Robinson stays on the track again, so once they pit, I believe the lead should go to the 35 of Davidson. He is the first car 1 lap down. Sanford right behind him in 7th. Then you got Cloud, Strigley, and Lepo McDermott, the top 10. And now we see the 46 pull onto pit road. Fox makes her last pit stop of the day on lap 74. And that's going to be 1 less car out of the top 5 on the lead lap. Unfortunately, it looks like that strategy will not work out for the 46 team. We'll have to see where the other contenders are. There's Wilson and Curtis, and I believe they're also signaling to pit road here too. And yes, indeed, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th place cars at the time are going to surrender their positions and come to pit road. So that is going to leave just the 85 and the 2 on the lead lap. And man, imagine if a caution were to come out here. That would be so awful for anyone that isn't Robinson or Rigger, but they're going to try and still keep chugging along. Now Robinson should start to worry, as right behind him are all those cars wanting to get back on the lead lap as quickly as they can. And Robinson's not going to have much time. Here comes Sanford below him. Here comes Cloud. And they should get around the 85 with little to no problem. They all have fresher tires than that 85 does. You also got Aiden Smith in the picture. There's Lepo McDermott. Whoa, the 43 of Rogers really diving it into the corner. You also got Kitano right here. There's Davidson, Strigley, Martin, Freeze, Hubert, and Turner. And right there, trying to find the 85. Yeah, you just see the 85 just does not have the strength compared to all these other cars do. And I believe the 2 car, where's he? Trying to find the 2 car. He just made his pit stop. Rigger coming back onto the racetrack. So I think Robinson is just a couple laps away from also doing the same. And it looks like the rest of the field is going to get their wish. Robinson finally surrenders the lead on lap 81 to pit for the last time today. And when he finishes up his pit stop and rejoins the racetrack, he will no longer have control of the lead. Who is it going to go to? Looks like it'll go to the 89 of Aiden Smith. Smith should inherit the race lead right here as he's working around the lap cars of DJ Curtis and Angel Gutierrez going into 3. So your tentative top 10 should look like this when everything resets. Smith will lead, Cloud in 2nd, Martin in 3rd, Sanford in 4th, Turner in 5th, and then you got Lepo McDermott, Kitano, Rogers, Huber, and Strigley, the top 10. We'll go through the rest of the lead lap cars. You got Freeze right here in 11th, followed by Davidson, Lamas, DeLello hanging off the tail end of this pack in 14th, Fitzwater and Beholtz battling for 15th, Christian Vargas a lap down, Fox is a lap down, Derek Hamill's on the lead lap, he should be 17th, Jeff Bolton's a lap down, James Ellison, he's all by himself in 18th, then you got Dubois and Johnson 19th and 20th. Then you got Scott Roush, Cody Goforth, Angelo Delvecchio, Nick Breeding, Sean R. the top 25, Sergio Alonso, Lane Sanders, and there is Robinson just getting off pit road. Looks like he's going to cycle around to about 28th place. So a bit of a disappointing situation he's in. Looks like he may not get a good result out of this one. There's Alex Daniels still running smoothly in 29th in that Wawa machine. And then Eric Sadler rounding out the top 30. Then you got Kyle Rigger, Benedict Murdo, Roberto Crown Jr., and Edward Ziemba in 34th, the last lap car on the leaders hit list. Back up to the front, the 89 still has the lead, but he's got a lot of hungry competitors behind him who want to take it away. Smith, your Homestead winner from last season, as well as dual number 1 at Daytona. He'd love to get that number 89 Ford back in victory lane again, but here comes a challenge. He's going to get pushed up to the outside by Luke Martin. Look at how good that 54 car is moving through the corner. And coming to the line, looks like Martin will lead it. Give the lead to the 54 with Sanford right behind him on the inside. Sanford trying to challenge for the lead on the inside of Martin. Both of these drivers are the first two champions of the series and the previous winners we've had here at California. Either one of them could get a two-peat this afternoon. Check out the 43 of Austin Rogers getting racy. Down into turn number 3, challenging for a top 5 spot. This is easily the best we've seen out of this second-year driver for Lake Effect. How magical would it be if he were to claim the victory today? He's 4 wide on the inside right here as Turner and Smith are going to give chase to Martin. 15 laps to go. That's 30 miles, but a lot can absolutely happen in that amount of distance. Oh no, this is a situation right here. Lukas Kitano heading down pit road for an unscheduled stop, it looks like. Hearing him tell his team on the radio that something underneath the hood is not making that car feel right. Wonder what that problem could be underneath the hood of that 18. But Kitano, who came into this race with a 39-point lead over Winston Wilson, is probably going to have all of that evaporate right here in the closing laps of California. And there he pulls into his pit box. His team going to go right to work, check and find out what the problem is and get it diagnosed and get him back on the track as quickly as they can. And there he goes. Kitano will get to rejoin the race, but he will fall a lap down and will no longer have a shot to win. Inside of 10 laps to go here at California, and it's just starting to get good, people. Martin has the lead over Turner and Lapo McDermott, but we got 3 lap cards dead ahead. Edward Ziemba, Roberto Crown Jr., and Benedict Murdo, they are all fighting for 31st on the track. So not only are we coming up on the finish of this thing, but it looks like these leaders are going to have some lap traffic to play with in just a few seconds. And here we go. What's Martin going to do? He's going to pull to the inside of the 75 down the front straightaway. He gets to lead another lap right there. Turner will follow him on the inside, as well as the 90. And there goes Lapo McDermott. He draws even with Turner now. The two New Yorkers battle it out for second, while Martin has his sights set on the 04 now. Also in this top pack, in 4th place goes Aiden Smith. 5th place for Charles Sanford. There's Austin Rogers in 6th. Then he also got Cloud, Hubert, Lamas, and Strigley, the top 10. Then he also got DeLello, Davidson, Freeze, and Fitzwater. So it's these 14 cars that has a shot to win here this afternoon. Any one of them can do it. We'll have to see how well they can get around these lap cars right here. Right now, Martin is ahead of the 44 of Murdo. He is clear. Now it's the 90's turn to get on by, as well as the 16 and the 89. Behind him, here comes the 43 of Rogers on by, as the 04 is going to block the 94 of Turner. And I bet Turner really wants Crown to get out of the way. Oh, hang on a second. I just saw someone go up to the outside wall. Oh my goodness, Zayden Davidson sliding on his side. And he's going to go for a tumble between turns 3 and 4. Caution is back out at California. A wild ride for the 35 of Zayden Davidson. And that's a shame, too. He had a great run going. He very well could have gotten a top 10 this afternoon. But that's all going to be smashed to pieces with 6 laps to go here in this race. Martin is your leader. And we'll have to get a replay of that and see how all that unfolded. So here we see Davidson coming down the back straightaway, and I think I know what happens. Looks like the 7 of Fitzwater is going to turn him into the wall. And wow, that's a hard hit for the 35. As there's the long slide he takes on the driver's door before barrel rolling one more time in the corner, thankfully landing back on his wheels. And it's like the hits just keep on coming for S3 Motorsports. That's now 3 of their cars that have had a significant problem today. And it's like that team just can't catch a break at all in these first 3 rounds of the season. As we watch this incident again, if you look at the way the 7 hooks the 35 into the wall, It's almost reminiscent of what Fitzwater did to Shane Sides at Dover last season when Sides had his terrible wreck over there, which would make this at least 2 times that Fitzwater has caused an accident of this nature. Good news is, though, Davidson was able to climb out of that race car. Obviously a little ticked off at Fitzwater, but otherwise he's okay for the most part. But as far as Fitzy goes, not only did he turn his fellow countrymen into the wall like that, but his car is now horribly damaged for the remainder of this race. And I have a feeling that Fitzwater just might get a talking to from the officials for that. He just may end up visiting the series hauler once this race is done. Everybody get ready to go on a long and crazy ride with Zayden Davidson. This is from his onboard. Before we go back green for this restart, what is happening right here to your leader, Luke Martin? This is unbelievable stuff, folks. Martin off the pace. As you can just see all these cars driving by him on the inside, making him lose so many positions. And right there, I believe Martin just picked up the pace again. But wow, what a devastating turn of events this is for the man who was going to take this restart with the lead. Did he possibly have a misfire on that 54 car? Or was he maybe told to go to the back by the officials for some odd reason? Honestly, people, I have zero clue. Regardless, though, that is awful if you are a Luke Martin fan. And this is absolutely going to kill his hopes of making it a repeat here at California Speedway. But now, the race lead is going to go to the 90 of Griffin Lapo McDermott. What a gift of the lifetime this is for the rookie driver, making just his 3rd ever start in the series. Alas, though, it's going to be a tough job for him. To his outside is Charles Sanford, the California kid. He really wants to collect a 2nd win at his home track. You also got Aiden Smith, Austin Rogers, and Logan Cloud in the top 5, as well as Turner, Hubert, Lamas, DeLello, and Strigley, the top 10. Which one of these contenders can be standing in victory land at the end of 2 laps? How is it all going to shake out? It is green-white checkered time here in the Golden State. Oh, and you see back there Fitzwater in the outside line not getting going at all. His car has way too much damage to get fired off quickly. And he's holding up so many drivers behind him. Talk about a bad day gone worse for the 7 car. Meanwhile, we got a race for the win to focus on. Lapo McDermott has a couple car lengths lead over Sanford and Smith. The 16 and the 89 better figure out which one of them is going to challenge the 90 for this victory. They got 2 more miles to figure it out. White flag is waving here at California. Can the rookie collect the win, or will he be stopped by these veterans? It looks like Smith may have the best shot at him at the moment. He's all over the rear bumper of the 90. Down to the inside he comes off of turn number 2. He's got the 20 of Cloud pushing him along, but Cloud's going to ditch him. Down to the inside he comes. 3 wide per second going into 3. But I don't think that's going to help his case. Just 1 more set of corners to go. Through 3 and 4, it looks like Lapo McDermott's going to hang on. Would you believe it? It's going to be 3 straight rookies going to victory lane to open up season 4. Griffin Lapo McDermott wins a crazy one here at California. My, oh my, was that a fun way for this race to end. Griffin Lapo McDermott becomes the 3rd straight first-time winner here in the Speed Racing Series presented by Middle Road Energy. Getting the job done today at that number 90 Walmart Ford for Spa. And just like Derek Hamill's win at Phoenix last week, Lapo McDermott will become the 2nd driver to score a win in both the Phenom Series and the Speed Racing Series. And what a good list for him to add his name onto. And that shows you what good the Phenom Series has brought to this league. That's already 2 winners that this series has produced for you guys. But it all would not have been possible had Luke Martin not encountered that problem or whatever happened to him before that last restart. We'll have to dig deeper as to what caused Martin to have that misfortune. Still, though, Lepo McDermott did a phenomenal job holding off all the charges by veterans like Sanford, Smith, Cloud, Turner, and a whole lot more. And you can bet the Spa team is going to celebrate big with him this evening, and I'm sure he is just in shock right now going to victory lane this quickly in his career. But it is definitely all worth it for him, as that was the absolute perfect way to put a cherry on top of this race. These California fans definitely are going to go home very entertained by this one. So here's the top 10 for you folks. Again, Lepo McDermott comes out on top today, denying Charles Sanford a second win at this track. Aiden Smith in third and Logan Cloud in fourth also challenged Lepo McDermott, but ultimately could not pull it off either. Finishing in fifth behind Cloud is Jesse Turner after starting on the pole. A great performance for him. Sixth place goes to Zachary DeLello, seventh for Cody Lamas, eighth for Vince Freeze. Major Robinson rallies back to finish ninth, and then completing the top 10 today is the 11 of Joseph Strigley. And there you go, people. That is going to wrap up our coverage here this afternoon at California Speedway. This is definitely going to be a memorable race as far as the fun factor goes, and we definitely hope that echoes with you too. For round 4 of the schedule, we will be Oregon-bound as we'll be competing over at Portland International Raceway for our first road course race of the season. So that should be a good one for you folks to tune into if you like left and right action. Here come your full race results and your point standings following round number 3. One more congrats to the Spa team as well as our third rookie winner in a row, Griffin Lepo McDermott. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys over at Portland for round number 4. Goodbye now.